Join our family of creators. Your support means the world to us. Subscribe now to the Content Creator channel. Your support keeps us motivated and helps us bring you fresh, exciting content every week. Hit that subscribe button and be part of our journey. Imagine stepping into one of America's busiest airports, only to find it eerily quiet. The usual crowds and chaos are gone, replaced by echoing footsteps and deserted gates. This isn't a movie set, it's real, and it's happening across the nation. Our airports, once vibrant economic engines, are turning into ghost towns. The cause? Not a new virus or holiday, but tariffs, a political tool meant to protect jobs, now leaving cargo bays empty and planes grounded. The ripple effect is massive. Truck drivers, small businesses, and entire communities feel the shockwaves. The silence in our airports is a warning siren, signaling deep problems in how goods and people move across the globe. In this video, we'll break down what led to this decline, why it matters, and what it means for our future. For now, the empty terminals stand as a stark warning. Our economic lifelines are at risk. Let's demystify tariffs. What exactly are they, and why do they matter in our globalized world? We'll break down the basics in a way that's easy to understand, cutting through the complex jargon and getting straight to the point. A tariff is just a tax, plain and simple. It's a fee imposed by a government on goods imported from another country. Think of it as a toll booth on the highway of international trade. Imagine buying a toy from another neighborhood, maybe a special edition action figure or a handcrafted doll, but your parents charge you extra to bring it home. That's a tariff. It's like a little extra cost added just because it came from somewhere else. The goal? Make foreign goods more expensive, artificially inflating their price in your local market, so you'll buy local instead. The idea is to give domestic products a competitive edge. Governments use tariffs to protect their own businesses, shielding them from foreign competition, hoping to boost local jobs and industries. They believe it will create a stronger domestic economy. But there's a catch: tariffs can backfire. They're not always the economic cure, all they seem to be. If you need cheap parts from abroad, components that are essential for your manufacturing process, tariffs make your products pricier. This can impact everything from consumer goods to industrial equipment. Other countries retaliate, often feeling unfairly targeted by the initial tariff, slapping tariffs on our goods. Suddenly, the playing field becomes much less level. Suddenly, American farmers who rely on exporting their crops and manufacturers lose customers overseas. Their products become less competitive in the global market. This tit-for-tat is called a trade war, a series of escalating tariffs and counter-tariffs, and it rarely has winners. Everyone involved tends to suffer economic consequences. Tariffs sound patriotic, a way to support your own country, but they can trap us, creating unintended economic consequences, making everything more expensive, driving up the cost of living for everyday consumers, and hurting the very people they're meant to help. The burden often falls on those least able to afford it. They're a financial wall, hindering the free flow of goods and services that can isolate us from the world. It reduces interaction and collaboration with other nations. When trade slows, when the movement of goods grinds to a halt, so does our economy. Economic growth stagnates, and opportunities diminish. The promise of more jobs, a common justification for tariffs, often turns into fewer opportunities for everyone. The reality often falls short of the initial expectations. That's the real story behind tariffs. They're a complex tool with potentially damaging consequences. Let's rewind to when tariffs took center stage. President Trump believed tariffs would bring jobs back to America by making foreign goods expensive. Billions in tariffs hit imports from China, Europe, Canada, and Mexico. The plan forced companies to move factories home and spark a manufacturing boom. But global trade is a complex machine. Hit one part and others break. Many companies didn't return. Instead, they faced higher costs, passed them to customers, or scrambled to find new suppliers. Other countries retaliated, slapping tariffs on American goods. Suddenly, U.S. farmers and manufacturers lost key markets. Instead of a clean win, we got a messy, expensive trade war. The fallout? Fewer exports, pricier imports, and a tangled global supply chain. The consequences are now showing up in the quietest place, our airports. What was meant to be a bold move for American industry has left us with empty terminals and lost opportunities. The trade war's real cost is just beginning to surface. Fast forward to today. We've seen significant shifts in global trade and travel patterns. The bustling hubs of yesteryear now face a starkly different reality. 2024's numbers are in, and they're alarming. The data paints a concerning picture of decline across key sectors. International air cargo through U.S. airports has dropped by 18% since tariffs began. This represents a substantial contraction in the flow of goods. That's nearly 1/5 of goods gone. A significant portion of our import and export capacity has simply vanished. It means fewer iPhones, and a slowdown in the consumer electronics sector. Car parts and medical supplies moving in and out of the country. Essential components for manufacturing and healthcare are becoming scarcer. Airports that once thrived on trade with Asia are hit hardest, bearing the brunt of the economic downturn. High-value electronics and machine parts barely trickle in. The lifeblood of technological innovation is being choked off. But it's not just cargo. Business travel is down too. The human element of global commerce is diminishing. Fewer deals being struck, fewer partnerships being forged, fewer flights taking off, and fewer passengers connecting across borders, and fewer international connections. The world is becoming less connected, more isolated. Corporate travel to and from China is still 30% below pre-tariff levels. This persistent decline highlights the long-term impact of trade barriers. Airlines are cutting unprofitable routes, making airports even quieter. The aviation industry is struggling to adapt to this new reality. The double hit of reduced cargo and passenger traffic is creating a perfect storm. Emptier cargo holds, reflecting a decrease in global trade, and emptier cabins, signaling a decline in international travel. For airlines, it's a disaster, pushing many to the brink of financial collapse. Routes get canceled, and airports lose business, creating a downward spiral for the entire aviation ecosystem. The data is clear, and the implications are far-reaching. Tariffs meant to boost our economy have had the opposite effect, have slowed it down at the very gateways that connect us to the world. Our global interconnectedness is under threat. The ripple effect is everywhere, and the silence is deafening. It echoes through empty terminals and grounded planes. Our airports are the canary in the coal mine, signaling broader economic distress. The warning signs are impossible to ignore and demand immediate attention and a reevaluation of current policies. This isn't just theory. It's happening in real places. Anchorage, once the world's third busiest cargo airport, has seen traffic drop over 22%. Fewer goods between China and the US mean fewer flights, emptier ramps. Chicago O'Hare, a vital hub for Midwest trade, is losing cargo flights as European tariffs hit local farmers and manufacturers. On the West Coast, sea tax trade with Asia is disrupted, hurting small businesses that rely on exports. Even Las Vegas's airport, dependent on international tourists, is struggling as direct flights from Asia dwindle. The Las Vegas economy is feeling the pinch with fewer conventions and visitors. Across the country, airports are quieter, businesses are hurting, and communities are losing out. The tariffs have created a silence no one wanted. From Alaska to Nevada, the story is the same. Lost flights, lost jobs, lost opportunity. The impact is real, and it's everywhere. Our airports are the front lines of this crisis. The quiet is spreading. The airport slowdown isn't just about empty halls, it's about lost livelihoods. Airports are small cities employing thousands. With 18% less cargo, jobs vanish. Cargo handlers, truck drivers, warehouse workers, and more. Businesses that fuel planes, cater meals, and maintain aircraft all see less work. Even terminal shops and restaurants suffer as passenger numbers drop. A third of airport businesses have delayed hiring or expansion. The promise of more American jobs has backfired. Logistics and service workers are paying the price. Local jobs are disappearing and families are feeling the pain. The ripple effect is devastating, reaching far beyond the runway. The trade war's collateral damage is all around us. Don't just take my word for it. Experts are sounding the alarm. Dr. Emily Vance calls tariffs a self-inflicted wound on our logistics infrastructure. Aviation leaders warn that lost international routes may never return. Once a route is gone, it's hard to bring back. Labor experts say airport job losses hit blue-collar and immigrant workers hardest. The airport middle class is shrinking and stable jobs are disappearing. From conservative to progressive think tanks, the consensus is clear. Broad tariffs have done more harm than good. Tariffs were a blunt tool for a complex problem. We've broken a critical piece of our own economy. The experts agree, the damage is real and it's growing. The warning signs are everywhere, it's time to listen. Why does this matter if you never fly? Because airport slowdowns hit your wallet and your dinner plate. Fewer cargo flights mean higher prices for everyday goods. Fruit, fish, even medicine. When air freight costs rise, so do grocery bills. Fresh berries and avocados from South America, salmon from Norway, all get pricier. It's not just about luxury, It's about access to healthy food. Medical supplies and life-saving drugs are delayed or cost more, hurting patients here and abroad. America's role as a global hub is slipping. Other countries are building new trade routes, bypassing us. We risk becoming isolated in a globalized world. The airport crisis is a warning. Our economic leadership is at stake. If we don't adapt, we'll be left behind. The world is moving on. We can't afford to stand still. Here's the bottom line. The plan to protect American jobs with tariffs has backfired. Our airports are emptying, flights are vanishing, and workers are hurting. This isn't a partisan issue, it's an American problem. Economic strength comes from building bridges, not walls. When we isolate ourselves, we lose opportunity and prosperity. The silence in our airports is a warning we can't ignore. Fixing this won't be easy. Trade relationships take years to rebuild. But the first step is admitting the problem and demanding smarter policies. We need leaders who open markets for American goods without hurting our own infrastructure. This is our final boarding call. The quiet halls and empty runways are a sign of a nation at risk. The world won't wait for us to catch up. It's time to change course before our ghost ports become permanent.